Generally, I like to walk on the side of oncoming traffic, but for some reason on this trip, it seems like every time I'm in a canyon, which is often, the left side of the road going forward is where the road cut is. With my left side to the wall, I can never see what's coming around a corner, so I wind up walking on the right and can't see what's coming up behind me.
Writing at its best is a lonely life. It is because we have had such great writers in the past that a writer is driven far out past where he can go, out to where no one can help him.
A family in Ketchum gave me a place to stay, a crash course in their favorite Macklemore and Maroon 5 songs, and a pair of ski gloves. When I kept moving east, I had warm hands, a whole new selection of bulk food, and moves like Jagger.
All in all, it is a little bit wretched. And if the temperature drops low tonight, I'm probably going to wake up to find my shoes frozen solid. When the weather picks up like this, you immediately start thinking of all the things that you did packing in the morning that don't make sense now that it's pouring rain. But of course, by this point, since it is pouring rain, you can't stop to fix any of those things without making them much worse. So the things that are in danger of getting wet will just have to stay in danger of getting wet. And things that are hard to get to will have to stay hard to get to. And if it rains all the way until dusk, cleaning up the tent is just going to be a soggy mess. Just when you're getting excited about what a nice day it's going to be, you find that in the night a small mammal has crawled into your shoes and defecated there. Now, this is an experiment. There have been some times over the past few weeks when I've been sunburning my nose and my cheeks, and I've been thinking, well, because it's regrettably sometimes a long time between showers, I don't want to be slobbering sunblock all over myself, besides which I just go through a bottle and blink of an eye. And I've been thinking, well, maybe some kind of mask would help, but it was hard to find something that would work until finally I stopped by a toy shop in Ketchum and found a bandit mask. We'll see how this goes.
The Lost River Range includes the highest point in Idaho, Bora Peak. I had an entire day to walk straight toward it, and the cumulative effect of all those hours was an urge to climb it. A snowstorm was forecast for the following afternoon, so that next morning would probably be the last morning of the year when someone without mountaineering experience could reasonably tackle the knife-edge ridge below the summit. First, however, I was distracted by a moose.
It's always kind of a strange thing to see a solitary animal that's gotten through around the fence somehow and is out on the road. And they go up and down the road and seem to find the situation kind of anxious. It's like they've gotten out only to realize that the other side of the fence is a lot less spacious than the side that they were penned in. Well, here I am, partway up Bora Peak, the highest point in Idaho, and it is rather powerfully windy right now. Because wind speed increases with elevation, it's going to get more powerfully windy as I approach that. That is Chicken Out Ridge, which sends a lot of people who try to get up this mountain packing back down to the trailhead. And it may very well do the same to me, because as you can see, it's snowy up there, and probably slippery, quite possibly icy. I'm not equipped for that, so I'm going to go up as high as looks practicable, see what it looks like up close, and make my decision from there, and play it safe. also see there are snow flurries coming down back in Trail Creek way, where I was yesterday. And I don't want to be up here when those reach this locale. So I'm going to admire the view for a second, head safely down, and keep on with the walk, which is more where I belong.
By the time I reached the valley again, the crust was getting hit hard, and the front was still moving south.
About the only good thing about this situation is that the wind is at my back, so I'm not getting the full brunt of this directly in the face. Of course, if the wind were blowing the other direction, it would be blowing this almighty storm away from me instead of upon me like the angry shark that it's turning out to be. If there was a town that looked like it was broken and falling to pieces on this trip so far, this would be it. Whether it be the ice cream shop that Gene at the gas station said had been left derelict for 4 years, or the dead deer rotting across the street from the pizza place, or the long dead cat with its head run over in somebody's driveway, or a trailer home back there, the rusted out car in front of it, flat tires, or everything being for sale and clearly not selling. For sale signs that have faded, they've been up for so long, or the subterranean barn with its roof falling in. This is a dying place. I think it was Washington that was notable for the amount of metal bits on the roadside, of metal parts. Idaho is notable for legs. There are lots of severed legs on the roadside here.
My host in Darlington once drove Lady Gaga to a wedding.